This is before comic books were in color. They were all in black and white.
I was gonna say they were a black and white color.
They were manga.
It was an extremely indie comic. Like it wasn't
Really
like Marvel or anything like that.
You read it before they were cool.
I read it before they were cool, and this was my first foray into pretentiousness. I was so mad at them for because their masks were all red on the covers. All of them had red masks. And you just, like,
Wait, I thought it was that color.
On the cover.
On the
like
cover.
a manga.
Like a mangaka.
Yeah. So they all just had red masks, and you just knew them apart by their personalities and or weapons. And I was like, this is dumb baby shit.
They made different colors. I hate it.
Let that be a lesson to all of you who are angry about Star Wars.
Yeah.
And then I think I went to like KB stores and like shoplifted all of the
Dude, no, don't. As your attorney, don't fucking.
Was it more than 7 years ago? You're fine. That's official legal advice.
100 years ago.
Have any of you other people stolen things? I stole a candy. Well, I tried to steal a candy one time, but I don't think I really understood I was stealing it because it was in those like the open things of candy you could scoop, and I was like, "This is candy for me." And my dad's like, "No, this is not candy for you." But that's the only time I was too much of a goody two shoes ever stealing.
I never stole anything. I don't think I accidentally I saw someone like drop a quarter or whatever, and I was standing in a store and the person was walking by the store, and I had a plastic toy frog in my hand, and I saw them drop the quarter, and I ran out to give it to them, and my mom got very mad at me because I technically stole the plastic frog.
I know what your whole deal is. I like it.
I made up for it though because somebody dropped like $150 on the ground at PAX Unplugged and was like walking away, and I was like, oh, they dropped money. And I was
This
like,
past PAX Unplugged?
Yeah, it's PAX, and I was like, that's $100 bill and a $50.
Oh my god!
Did you see them though? Like, did you see them?
I saw it fall off of their body.
Oh, okay.
And,
I think you meant like you just found it. I was like, dude.
And I was like, oh my god. And I was like, oh fuck. And so I picked it up and I ran back to the guy.
Well, in this era of YouTube, you never know when that's going to be a hidden camera
right.
video. So
Exactly.
It's gonna be on a string, and they're gonna pull it.
Yeah.
And then I was instantly rewarded because like somebody else was like, hey, that was nice.
And then
here's $150.
They gave me $200.
Whoa.
I wish they'd given you.
That's like that experiment with kids where it's like you could eat this marshmallow now, or I'll give you another one later if you wait.
Yeah, you get 2 marshmallows.
You could eat this $150 now.
Or later, I'll give you 130. Wait, this is not good. This is not a good deal.
Hello, Twitch. It's so good to see you.
What?
I hope you are doing well today. I personally.
What's up, Twitch? It's good to see you.
Yes!
I feel like you look great today. We're gonna get started here in a second. Turtle power.
Central Adams, North Dakota.
Oh
They're
my
so funny.
gosh. You guys.
The fact that the people on your little podcast didn't like it makes me angry.
Excuse me.
Well, one guy thought it was great, and everyone else was like,
They're fools, and they don't
He's
know
the cool meme guy.
they don't
who
know-
likes memes.
They don't know what good things are.
that dude hates everything.
But he liked the Teenage Mutant Ninja
But
Turtles.
he liked that Twitter account.
He loves
It's
Michael. I need you to shut the fuck up before I get pissed on this. A mailbag. Bang.
He likes
Mate.
Yakuza, which means
Michael,
he's good, but he
Michael.
hates everything else.
Michael, you need to stop before.
Who is this one that doesn't like?
You need to quit it.
I will never.
Not friggin' kidding over here.
You're no freaking kidding.
I'm gonna friggin' throw up.
You friggin' fricks.
You freaking freaks!
Hey everybody, do you want to watch our good friend Galen?
Oh, we should do it.
The episode's not gonna come
Oh,
out.
fuck, you're right.
Do you want to watch our good friend Galen, aka Killer Monkey, do a 24-hour every character ever stream to raise money for Galen over on twitch.tv/killermonkey?
He freaking deserves it.
It's not. I thought he was doing it for charity.
Yeah, himself. He's poor.
Oh.
December
What did he do
27th
for charity.
at 10 a.m. No, it's for him.
That's what his email says.
I don't remember what he said when we talked about it, but
Regardless,
I know he lost.
it's gonna be that good shit.
It's gonna be that good shit, and he deserves it.
Yeah.
It's for MS research. Okay, so it's not for him. It's for
Okay,
MS
and now
research.
That's a typo. He actually said it's for me.
Raise money
It's for me research. No, it's for MS.
In all caps, and I was like, all
Look
right.
at it. It says right there.
It does. The email says me.
He's raising money for Microsoft.
Sorry, I called you for it.
Somebody's got to.
I was just trying to justify it so we could move on before Michael and I fought again.
He fought earlier?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, about the podcast thing.
Oh,
Oh
no.
my God, he's doing it again. So yeah,
DiMauro
that's,
hates everything.
that's me screaming, not blowing my nose.
What if that's how you screamed and then you were actually in trouble?
December 27th, 10 a.m., twitch.tv, Killer Monkey with a U. We'll be sure to host it at RT if I don't forget. But
Better
And,
put up
if
a
you could
reminder.
save each one as its own thing,
yeah,
maybe in a high res format. That is, I need one square and I need one that's 16 by 9. This will get me set for episode art
Call it
for
2020.
months.
yeah. So pop over there and you can talk to him and help him remember characters that he's forgotten and so forth. But it's good to see so many other wonderful faces there in the chat. I just love all of you so much.
Who's coming down the stairs?
Is this a baby?
Who's coming down the stairs?
What if it's a grown ass man?
What? Somebody just comes up and is like, hey.
Coming down in undies. Hey,
Hey. I'm Michael Bachmann's dad.
I said it. I'm not proud of you. I meant it.
Look who's here.
Oh my God.
We're doing a mailbag episode.
I'm gonna find a cat. And, like,
You know, if the
push it
chat
in.
room has a question for Amelia, I'll relay that.
Give me that pass back. I need it.
Do any of y'all have a question for Amelia real quick before she...
Mm-hmm.
Amelia, how do you feel about cookies?
Amelia, what do you think about cookies?
I don't know.
Dumb question. They're good, obviously.
What's your least favorite thing about 4th edition?
No.
What's your least favorite thing about Dungeons and Dragons 4th edition?
Just thinking real hard.
You don't know? You just hate everything about it?
That's a tough one. Do you think Mike Burrow should apologize for
Oh my
providing?
God. Stop it. She looks so much like you, Bachman. Look at those faces.
There's a beard on her. And
Yeah.
That's the
Yeah.
same.
Are you going to bed? That's an easy question. Okay.
It's our first Christmas.
No, that's not true.
Yeah, do you like cookies?
It's probably the first one
Okay.
who's gonna like really know what's going on. Though.
Can I have a smooch? Okay. All right. Good night. Say I love you. I don't receive your love. I command it.
I don't receive your love.
I command it.
Bye.
Jennifer, you go ahead and click Audacity as I piss out.
start recording.
Yeah, Tim's going to
Yeah.
piss, I guess. So I'm gonna click
Oh
it.
yeah.
Christ.
It wouldn't be an episode of Tim just run away at the beginning of it. So
He gets that pre-episode bladder.
he's got
Just real
bladder.
nervous.
He's got wiener problems.
Does he have wiener problems? I've always wondered.
You should have him check out his prostate. Go get a prostate exam.
Got
Does he-
a fucked up.
Does he need me to check out his prostate?
He needs his bro to do it for him.
He needs to get scooped out.
Hey, bro.
Oh my god.
Hey, bro. I just want you to know, bro, that I'm always here for you, bro.
Bro,
If you
scoop
need
it
me,
out.
if you need me to scoop you out, bro, make sure that prostate right. I could do that.
Bro, you need me to check your wiener, I'll do it for
Look.
you.
Milking.
If you need me to milk your peen, bro.
You guys remember jelking? I feel like I just found out what I found out what jelking was a few years ago. and I
Wait, let me
forgot about it.
Google.
You might not want to.
Oh,
I
but
am.
It just got.
Oh, I spelled it wrong.
It is spelled with a Q.
10 facts about side effects techniques.
Side effects of jelking?
Yeah, I'm sure there is.
Isn't
I'm
side
ready to
effect
hit
not
record
another?
at any
There were
moment.
there were 2 studies on this in 2011.
Yeah, well, that does feel like a year that they would do studies about jelking, actually. Correct to me.
Huh.
But you feel like you're learning something.
Jelking is pretty safe as long as you're not squeezing your penis too hard, too often, or too aggressively.
Gently jelk that wiener.
Just gently jelk your Jimmy. Gently jelk your Jimmy. Gently jelk your Jimmy Jerry. That fits.
Tim, you laughed and it got fucked up in here. That was not my fault, and we didn't know I hit record.
Gently jelk your Jimmy Jerry. Gently jelk your Jimmy Jerry.
It's very cursed.
Joking about joking is kind of my thing. So,
Well, you were fucking gone.
Yeah,
I was
we-
joking.
You were
I followed your jelking joke SOPs to the letter.
I like it. I'm ready.
Michael, I can't hear you talking, my friend.
Are you gonna joke again?
Fuck. You missed me say that we mostly talked about your prostate while you were gone.
We did
Okay.
talk about your prostate.
We did definitely. You need to be scooped out, bud.
He's just gonna scoop you out real quick. Just a brotherly scoop out.
I'd read that fan fiction.
Let me scoop you out, brother.
Bro. Guy, wow. Whoa.
On go. 3, 2, 1, go.
Recording.
All right, now everyone be serious.
No,
Okay,
I'm thinking about Hulk Hogan offered to scoop somebody out.
Tim, seriously, if you need to be scooped out,
Bro, thank you. I'll let you know. You know, sometimes you do need to get scooped out. That is very true. That's very true.
Yeah, you just need it.
B-Jeps made it to the stream for the first time ever. Oh boy.
We are in rare form.
We're
Pretty
like this all
par
the
for the
time.
course.
Yeah, and actually, I don't think we're in rare form at all, per se.
I'm wilding off that booch right now.
You know, all that booch?
I'm on that booch.
Hell yeah.
Are you kombuchan?
I'm drinking some kombucha.
I had kombucha tonight, and it was a spritzer, and I realized I don't know what a spritzer is.
Does it just mean it's got bubbles?
Yeah.
So, like, kombucha just has bubbles in it.
I think it's just some
like
like some
This
seltzer.
one's called Guava Goddess. It tastes great. I needed to help my gut flora with some kombucha.
Get your gut right.
Your gut biome. You should get a food
Um,
culture.
Yeah, no.
All right, let's get going.
Should we start it?
Did Nika leave or she's not?
Love!
Ah!
She's gone. She's
I'm
back.
a wizard.
Did y'all ever see?
Nika disappeared.
Did y'all ever see the movie Game Night?
Yes.
No, I won't.
I did not.
They go to the bar and they're not sure if it's like a real bartender or not. And they're like, he's like, well, the way you find out is you ask him to make something that only a bartender would know how to make. And they come up to like, yeah, can I get a rum and coke or something equally?
That's hilarious.
That's funny. All right, let's start.
Fucking love movies.
Name one.
The Office.
Fuck.
Fake nerd.
Greetings, adventurers. I am your co-host, Michael DiMauro, and with me is co-host Tim Lanning,
Great to be here. Thanks for having me.
co-host Jennifer Cheek,
Hello, everyone.
co-host Nika Howard.
Co-host Nika Howard, ready and excited?
Chicken.
And Mike Bachmann.
Hello, everyone. I'll be your co-host this evening. If you need anything, don't hesitate to ask.
Mike Bachmann's also a co-host. We're getting a little crazy tonight, and we're doing a mailbag.
It's a mailbag, baby.
Shake a bell, shake a bell. It's time. It's time.
We're scooping out that mailbag and getting,
Mhm.
getting the letters all the way at the
Letters
bottom.
out?
Yeah,
Mhm.
for our health,
Mhm.
for the wellness of Gapcast.
Yeah, thank you so much to everyone who sent in their questions. Apologies to anyone that we're not able to get to, because there's just so many great questions out there.
So many.
So many.
That's so true.
So true. You can always check out on Tuesdays at 2 p.m. Happy Hell Hours, where me and some hilarious folks play Descent into Avernus. That's 2 p.m. Eastern time. So if you live in some crazy messed up time zone, you might be able to actually make this stream more often. You know what I'm saying? Or if you are bored at work, or you're a stay-at-home dad, or a contract killer, who's to say? You can check it out.
Or all of the above.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Man, Happy New Year. I
Yeah,
guess.
it is New Year when this
Hell
is
yeah.
out.
2020.
Right now we're on Christmas Eve. Christmas.
Yeah.
What I believe one of my friends called Christmas Adam.
Christmas Adam.
Christmas. That's good. I like
Yeah.
What about, let's make it the first question. What is everyone looking forward to most in 2020?
Oh, that's a man. You just drop in like real questions on us right from the beginning.
I'm looking forward to the imminent heat death of the universe.
Yeah.
It's gonna
Personally.
happen.
Yes.
What am I looking forward to in 2020?
Are you looking forward to politics?
No, no, it's only gonna get worse.
Tim, before you ask this question, you said a thought of, is there anything to look forward to in 2020?
Oh.
Maybe can we tweak the question
No.
and say, is there anything that you want to like get into in 2020?
No.
I want to.
No?
But you can say that.
But I'm gonna answer it.
You
that
can answer
way.
that way, but we're not tweaking it.
I've had to hold myself back from making like 6 scooping out
Yeah,
jokes.
that's a scoop. That's a scoop.
Michael Bachmann is looking forward to scooping out his friends in 2020.
Yeah, I mean, what are you looking to get into for yourself? Anything you're looking forward to?
I kind of want to get into like baking breads,
Okay.
like or like things with yeast, I guess specifically. And what caused me to think about this is because nowhere in this godforsaken city of Boston can I find fucking Sister Schubert's yeast rolls, and they're so good, and I cannot find them anywhere. And I'm like, well, damn it, I'm gonna have to learn to make them myself. 'Cause
Damn
I
it.
can't live
Damn.
in this world where
Damn
I
it.
cannot get Sister Schubert's yeast rolls.
Damn it.
I have one.
Yeah.
Okay, let's hear it.
It's a promotion, so it's great.
Oh,
I'm looking
God.
forward to going to Origins.
There you go.
And setting up our first booth ever for Drinks and Daggers, and going to Gen Con as well. We're going to be in Entrepreneur's Alley, so
Oh.
friggin'
So
excited.
Tell you what, it's Gen Con every day here at the Tim Lanning household.
It's not my house too.
I'm so excited for you. I'm gonna go to both those things, and Jennifer's gonna
Hell
go to
yeah.
at least one of those things. I'm just gonna be crying the whole time and making sure everyone sees you and sees how proud I am of you.
He's just gonna be doing the Will Smith, like the hands, like look at my friend.
We have right now just these grand ideas that we're gonna make the booth look like the inside of a tavern, and it's gonna be
That'd be
like
so
all
cool.
fancy. It'll probably be like 3 shelves from IKEA. By the time
It'll look like the inside of a
Origins
tavern
everyone.
if they just had like card tables in there.
Yeah,
Right.
I've been to taverns like that.
We'll see. We'll see how it goes. I'm excited.
I'll look forward to some, consumerism. The new video game consoles are coming out, right? That's a little something. 2020 surely is going to be a hellish landscape of all sorts of dog shit things.
I just thought of another thing I'm looking forward to in 2020.
Okay.
New season of Haikyuu.
Okay. That's going to be great. Please remember to register to vote. Please remember to vote in primaries. Please remember to vote. Thank you.
Please freaking vote.
The only way that 2020 it won't be a hellscape is if we all band together and make sure it doesn't happen that way.
I'm
Nika, how about
excited to
yourself?
hear what Nika has to say.
Oh,
In 2020.
I'm excited. I feel like there was something I'm really excited for, but I don't remember now. But I am excited just to see what is going to happen in 2020. Like, where can it go from here?
Can't get worse.
Can it get worse? Who could
Well,
say?
it can. There's got to be some Marvel movies happening, am I right? Some sort of like punchy, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you got that Black Widow. You got Captain Falcon. No, the Falcon, the Winter Soldier.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nika, you're
Captain-
on vacation.
Oh, yeah, that is at the beginning of. I forgot. I keep thinking lumping that into 2019. But yeah, I am. I'm excited for the first week. Sorry to jump in here, Bachmann, but Michael did remind me. I'm excited.
You're just continuing your thing. I don't think you're jumping into anything.
Yeah. Oh no. Well, you were talking about the great movies that are going to come out that are Marvel movies
Yeah,
for 2020.
No, Nika, where are you going on your trip?
Okay, so we are going to Germany. And then over New Year's, I'm going to be in London, and I'm gonna try at some point to like meet up. So I will tweet whenever I have Wi-Fi and availability. Like maybe if you're in the area, we can meet at a local pub and share a pint or something.
There you go.
And then we're going to Amsterdam for 2 days, and the rest of the time I think we're just gonna like tout around Germany and like maybe go to like day trip places away.
That's the way to do it sometimes. Sometimes
Nice.
that's the way to do it.
Germany rules. I'm excited for you.
Yeah. Any other things, friends? I'm so happy.
Did Bachmann say a thing?
Bachmann.
Okay, back to the Marvel movies.
Yeah.
So after Black Widow, we've got Venom 2 coming out in October.
I'm excited
And then
for that.
The Eternals in November 6th, 2020.
Oh, shit.
The most important thing to happen in November 2020, the Eternals movie. It's going to be great.
Yep, that is the thing.
Mhm. I'm happy about all the cool and weird shit that we're all gonna get together in the future.
So true.
Live shows, friggin' who knows what, it's gonna be the best year ever.
Wow.
Yes, I'm looking forward to at least one extra live show next year.
Yeah, that's true. Making it happen, baby.
Yeah, baby. All right, you guys want to get some mailbag
Yeah, let's
questions?
freaking do it.
Yeah.
Are your faces friggin' ready?
Friggin' ready as hell.
Jorian Hatton says, "Greetings, adventurers. I've been listening and loving your show for years now. I'm trying to convince my friend to listen too. So my question is, what's your podcast sales pitch?" Ooh, great question. I think we have the answer now, though.
What is it?
Bachmann made it.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. We can put the link in the show notes or something, but we've got a corporate pitch video. It'll tell you everything you need to know.
Yeah, I don't think there's going to be any questions after you watch it,
Yeah.
honestly.
Just go to youtube.com/geeklyinc and you will see our ad, which I think is good.
The Geekly Corporate Christmas ad 2019.
Yeah, it's good.
That's
actually.
all you need.
The URL is youtube.com/watch?V equals
Oh my god.
F.
No.
Lowercase f.
Don't do this.
I don't know, man. This is one of the reasons why we're not more popular and more connected is that
We don't know how to pitch ourselves.
we're supposed to have this literally years ago. Like when we first started, this has been on the to-do list for probably 4 years, if not longer. It's come up with a 1 minute long sort of ad that we can share with other people, or a 5 minute ad. We are technically owed
5 minute ad. That's long.
Well, yeah, it's going to be like an intro and a clip. So
Okay.
we're technically owed 2 free ads on our network that has on our ad network that has like a lot of great shows. But we're just such huge pieces of trash. We basically tell you guys to fucking watch a Star Wars or listen to a football podcast or something.
And then don't.
And then we don't follow up on it.
Right.
So
But it's like playing D&D with your funny friends who like each other and
Exactly.
and you get to experience it.
Mhm.
You have a front row seat for a
Yeah.
good ass game.
yeah, it's like playing in the mom's basement with no pesky friggin' actors or
No super hot and ripped actors
Yeah,
nearby.
no one's gonna
Only
friggin'
normal people in their yoga
They're not
pants.
gonna-
We can promise you that nobody on this podcast was ever in Sam Raimi's Spider-Man.
Yeah.
That is my vow to you.
Yeah.
Is it never has been and never will be. And
It never will be in the 2000 movie.
Thank you so much. We have another one from Mel. Hello, Mel. Good to chat with you as always. Hypothetically, if you're going to cross class with your current characters, again, in the case of someone, what would you cross class into and why? If you have a specific reason.
So like our current characters, like what other class would be like?
Yeah, like multi-class, right?
Multi-class with?
Oh, what class would I add to Bananas Foster?
What? Yeah. What would you add to this jumble you got going on?
Michael fell in milk. Oh.
I'm here.
That's a hard question.
I like it
feel
because
like
I don't have to answer it.
I think you still have to.
You
about
have to.
a character.
I think multi-classing is for cowards, and I don't think you should do it.
I
My next character probably could be multi-class.
I think you should all multi-class for your single. You're level 19 now. I think for 20th you should all just get one level of something.
Toby's gonna multi-class into fighter so he can start using heavy armor and shields and shit like that.
I love the idea of Lahni being in heavy armor, but still like just using herself as a catapult or something.
Yeah.
I can imagine her like clanking around everywhere. It's just like fucking loud as shit. It sounds like a raccoon running into a bunch of trash cans,
my
like every
Lord.
time she does something. I feel like
So hard.
if Rowan could get some like fucking like warlock shit, like if I could somehow merge it to where it was like Eldritch Blast, but on my arrows. I know this is now outside of the realm of possibility.
You already have that.
I mean, kind of, but not the same.
And
Not
you
the same
were
vibes.
like, I have so many good aligned gods that like me, and they've blessed my bow and arrow to essentially be an Eldritch Blast.
I
But
want
what
it
if
to
I
be-
asked a tentacle creature in the mud?
I want it to be bad. I want it to be the one with the bell tolls and
Yeah, Toll the Dead.
I want to have like Toll the Dead with my arrows.
Yeah. Okay.
Because it'd be goth Rowan, and I like that.
Well, Michael can do that for you.
I'm goth now.
Yeah, there's no reason why Toby would ever multi-class. It would be inefficient.
This is
and
just
foolish.
what if. This is just a what if.
I'm
I-
not answering it.
I think for Scud to multi-class, I would multi-class more than he already is. I would first have to make use of the things he already has, which I definitely do not. But maybe something that gave him an armor class that's over 10 would be cool.
My bro needs to go to our armory and get a braces of defense. We need
Yeah, we gotta hook him up with
We gotta
that.
hook
Ringer
bro up.
protection.
I don't know. I don't think there's anything that Lahni would multi-class in, or
Yeah.
something that would be like maybe fighter just for like some flavor type of thing. But I don't think.
Yeah, I don't even know what monks typically multi-class into. It's I
Bard. She
The-
sings and she's a monk.
Ooh, that's cool.
Oh,
That's good,
Okay.
actually.
yeah.
You get like a jug and a washboard.
Oh my god, yes. And then we go on a cross country.
That's amazing.
No.
I'm,
Okay, Rowan's also a bard too, but now she plays guitar. Okay.
And
You
she
should
knows how to
all-
skank.
She knows how to skank already, and she's gonna sing Wonderwall at every party.
okay.
I think you could just all be bards as well.
Okay, just,
You could have like a whole
Yeah.
podcast
All
about
bard.
where all of our people are
Yeah.
bards.
Oh,
Yeah,
what
no
would we
one's
call it? That'd be
Yeah.
really neat.
it was called bombarded.
Probably bombarded. They've already got their name used by other people before. Why not us? Why not us?
So Frank he's an accountant.
Right.
But the
course.
real money is in actuarial science. So I think that's what he would like to get into.
That is a
That's my
Frank ass
answer.
answer to that question.
This beer I'm drinking is one of those like unfiltered
It is-
wheat, and it looks like it just has like
Real fucking gross
snot
in the
or
bottom.
like a wheat
looks like
monster
mold.
jism. The character I'm playing for a Lost Mines of Phandelver game that I'm playing with some patrons of ours is going to be a bard rogue, which is cool. But that's going to be bard 3 and then rogue 3 and then who knows from what.
I want to be a barb. I just
They exist?
work in accounting. I just
Oh,
like
that's
Barb.
like a human resources
I
barb.
play a character named Barb, and she's a Warforged.
apparently a barb is a a carb is a Cardi B stand.
Yes.
And a barb is a Nicki Minaj, is that right?
That doesn't make any sense.
I don't know. Please correct me in the chat.
Can I read a question?
Yeah.
Can I cut in and read a question?
What the fuck? Sure.
Yeah.
I wish
This
you
one.
brought this up. And I was like, "What? How do you guys want to do this?" But okay, I'm ready.
I know. I thought I'd throw you for a
Dude, I
loop.
respect
This one is from Matthew M. Morris. He says, "What do the PCs smell like? After all this interdimensional travel, they must have picked up some grody stank."
Did he just email you directly?
Yeah, he just messaged me directly.
Wow, way to get around it.
We've definitely showered before, haven't we?
Toby's
We must
Never
have.
said you did.
Toby has mentioned cleaning himself before with prestidigitation.
That's actually
Rowan
true.
has a strong patchouli smell.
Oh my god.
Like, she is into those like hippie deodorants.
And yet people like her.
I think she rubbed crystals on her
It's a different
armpits,
time.
actually. And she thinks the musk smells good. It's good for her hair
That's
to
true.
never take a bath.
I think Lahni would smell like clothes that you sun dry in summer, but also a little bit of fry oil because that's just
I feel like
that's the smell.
Lonnie's the kind of person who never smells bad.
Guys,
It's not
Lahni-
like great, but it's just not bad. It's
Lahni's
inoffensive.
thing is that she's dirty and she carries around egg salad sandwiches.
Yeah, but
In
somehow
what
she
world
doesn't
does that
stink.
not stink?
No, I just think somehow she just doesn't have she doesn't get like bad BO.
Okay, I got you. I
Doesn't
believe
get
that.
bad BO.
She can't. Yeah, I mean, she can't get
She
poison.
does smell like eggs.
Yeah. But
That's
it's
good.
endearing at this point.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, oh, you get a whip of eggs, and you're like, oh, I miss
Oh,
Lonnie.
man, yeah. Yeah, after Lonnie dies and we make ourselves an egg sandwich, we're gonna fucking start crying.
She'll never die.
Scud definitely smells like old bones.
Like cave.
Yeah, like I think
old
that there's
bones.
probably I feel like there's probably a bit of like latent magic power in not cleaning your bones and leaving the flesh on them a little bit. So
Is it fucked up that in my brain I was like, Scud smells like fruit gummies?
Yes. That's offensive too.
my first answer was going to be body pillows, but
What is that?
it depends on the body pillow, I guess.
And I was like,
An
Scud
anime
probably
one.
smells like the ocean because he's the water.
Oh,
genasi.
that makes sense.
Oh,
that would
that's
also be
sweet.
Fruit
good.
gummy and the ocean and bones.
What does Frank smell like?
What does Frank smell like?
Hot
He probably smells like whiteout.
Mm.
Is that a smell?
Yeah,
Do people
Oh,
huff
yeah, it is.
Frank?
Oh my god.
Okay.
True.
Big whiff of it.
Frank fucks.
Did you say what Toby smells like?
He doesn't smell. I mean,
He's just clean?
He's no. He
Soap?
smells weird. I'm sure.
like spell components?
Yeah. Like he has like a, but that's not him. That's what he's carrying. He does not smell because he prestidigitizes him like away.
I
That's
think
he
he
cleans
smells
himself.
like
He's like the
cotton.
Harry Potter wizards that just shit their pants and they
Yeah, I'm a
zip
Harry
away.
Potter wizard. I shit my pants. I smell like shit. Yeah.
No, they magic it away. It's fine. It's good, actually.
But yeah, like all of his, he probably smells like ozone sometimes, and
Oh.
burnt hair, a lot of burnt hair from his magical experiments. But when he's in the nude, he doesn't smell. Not at all.
Someone in the chat asked about Hobie. Hobie smells like a fresh baby.
Yeah, and
Mm.
pumpkins.
Pumpkins!
Yeah.
Pumpkin
Smells
spice
like a
baby.
pumpkin pie.
Hi. The blind guy asks,
It's literally, that's his email.
Jennifer,
What?
don't do that.
Why?
Let's just don't point out the email. That's all we got. So if you just say that, then not that anyone's gonna eat. I'm not gonna say where.
Well, it's not. You didn't say it exactly, but I wanted it to not be like you were like some blind guy asked us this. It's so weird.
The black. Okay.
Maybe cut that. That came across weird. My bad.
David, if you could just
We've done this one before, but let's see if we have a redux. What one moment in the history of the podcast does everyone wish they could have had their characters done differently?
Oh God, every moment of every episode.
I forget if we've. I mean, I've obviously mentioned the Harper Apple thing. I think I wish I maybe mentioned this before, but I forget. Is I wish I would have wrote out my Harper comes back and talks to Jayla / Nika, because I was so caught off guard by Nika's reaction that I forgot the rest of my script, but in the best possible way that I could have ever been hopeful for. It was probably better that way, but part of me, there's a few things I wanted to throw in there, but that's not.
I'm sure there's things that I could change. I don't know if I would change anything that my character does. I would make my brain work better so I could do math and do my character shit better. But can't do nothing about that. So yeah, I don't know if I would change anything. There's stuff I want to like dig into more with my character. But
I wish I kept better track of like items and small weird shit to bring that up. Like we don't always need it, but I think there could be more flavor, so to speak. You know, small stuff like that, but nothing big. Nothing with Toby that I really regret. Everything like that's kind of part of what makes our show fun is that we do just kind of go into it with not much pre-planning.
Yeah, I don't feel like there's tons of regrets flying around, you know?
Yeah.
I wish I hadn't killed Kevin.
Recently, I don't think that Lahni, like based off of past behavior, Lahni probably wouldn't have killed the Ballista twins. I just got caught up in it, and it was
Yeah.
That episode was maybe we could just say semi-canonical.
Yeah.
No.
But I think it was also funny and
Yeah, I think that looking back on it, it definitely was not something that any of us would have done, but I'm not sad that we did it. If that makes sense. I think it was a lot of fun.
It was worth it.
Yeah.
They absolutely. So I don't really understand that whole thing, but only because my motivation was not to have them be like chummy with you, like they were gonna try to kill you with that Draco Lich.
Oh, well, we sensed
They were
that. We definitely
absolutely
sensed
gonna
that.
I mean, that's the whole thing. Is like that's mixed. Like it's the whole mixing player knowledge with character knowledge. Like we knew that we were probably going to have to smoke these dudes.
Yeah.
But it's just that our
You just did it
characters
so-
smoked them.
He did it so viciously.
Oh, no, it's
Fast.
So quickly.
From what our characters knew is that these people, we broke into someone's house,
right.
and after they won a tournament legal card trade, instead of fighting them to get it back, we just melted them, or you guys melted them, and Toby put on a light play.
I think maybe that's my regret, is that I insinuated that they got the card fairly, because I think that's what's leading to a lot of this. I just did it because I thought it was funny at that very second.
And it was very funny.
But like it was meant, all along it was meant to be that they were bad guys who had stolen this kid's card, and like they weren't supposed to be lovable. But I mean, they're based on Team Rocket, so
you are very lovable.
so people automatically want to put them in that realm.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure we could stay tuned for my watch of or listen to the podcast where I go through and point out everyone's mistakes. And
No.
Oh my God.
Unsubscribe. Not interested.
We should all listen. Like it'd be like a cursed secret Santa. We draw names, and then we all do a listen through, and then we point out whoever name we drew. Those are the mistakes we point out,
Oh my God.
and then we do it live, and then that's the last episode of the show.
Pretty quiet the first 80 episodes.
Way to fuck it up.
The episode when we were in, fought the Dreadwing Behemoth, you didn't say
You
a
didn't
single
say
thing.
anything. What the fuck?
What the fuck? And a special question just for Nika. What flash power does Lahni want to acquire next?
Time travel.
So powerful.
I don't know. Stealing speed though. That one's pretty dope.
Which one?
What is it?
Stealing speed. They did that during.
Ooh.
Yeah. Just because like on the like in the comics and stuff, they steal it from another speedster, but presumably you could do it from anybody. You just get less of it, right? And then that person's hella slow.
Damn.
Fuck yeah.
It would be just like Zoom. The whole Zoom season. He goes around and he's stealing all the other speedsters.
The Zoom didn't that wasn't like a power he had. He like siphoned it into like a vial and injected it into himself. That was
Yeah, but
That's not really
who's
a
to
power,
say
that was
Lonnie
science.
couldn't do that.
That's true.
Megan Dietrich asks.
Tim, we're not done.
Oh, I need to have 3 minutes.
All right, these are rapid fire. So, what was your favorite memory from GeeklyCon 2019?
Oh God.
Rapid fire.
There's too many.
There's
Oh my
too many.
God.
Wait,
Not fair.
what was our
answer.
favorite moment
No,
from
I
this
do
one?
have to say, I think one of my favorite moments was whenever we were all taking pictures after the live show. Honestly, actually, the live show, squirting ferret wine into him's mouth.
That was very good.
That was the best
Yeah.
moment.
Yeah, the last show was so good.
Yeah, the live show's up there.
My-
First top-
My favorite moment was after the live show when David and his film crew got together. We filmed me on the scooter with the skeleton harness, but it wasn't that. It was immediately afterwards when Galen goes, "That was pretty funny, but I wish you hadn't done that."
Mine was that dinner at that one bar. Michael, do you have one?
I was gonna. It's definitely the live show, but since somebody already took that, I think it was scooting a mile and a half to get ice cream.
Oh,
just so that I
yeah.
could ride on the stupid scooter.
Yeah, one of these days I'm gonna scoot.
We scooted further than that for tacos, didn't we?
I don't know. Oh yeah, we did scoot.
We
quite a
probably,
bit.
it's probably because we went like a roundabout way. I think we were like going intentionally out of the way to rip
Jennifer,
ass.
next time you and I, let's scoot.
We're gonna scoot without
you're
the
gonna die.
We had like a
boys.
scooter
Yeah.
gang. It was so
We're gonna
great.
scoot off the cliff together. Like
Do you
Thelma and
prefer-
Louise.
Low level or high level campaigns?
I like high level.
High level.
Low level.
High
Really?
level is so much fun to play though, because then you can actually I feel like you always read what your characters can do, but you never make it to actually do it. And like now we're actually doing it. It's so freaking fun.
Very fun to do like 90 damage at once. I have
Yeah.
to say.
I feel like it makes drama much harder being high level since you guys are basically superheroes. And I want you to be afraid for your lives.
No.
We've talked about this too much. And I
I
don't have
think there are like good ways that you balance that.
Nika, not worth it. Not worth. We don't have enough time here. We need to do a conductor's seat where we sit Michael down and talk about combat and how he could scare us. Other than it's never been combat. It never will be combat. Well, one time it was combat. The Lich. The Lich is the only combat that was ever like everything else is like whatever. We're either gonna lose or we're gonna win. It's not really a big deal. But thank you. Robert Caplain asks, when fighting Finnegan, would Jayla have been able to use her Demon Binder to destroy him when he turned into Orcus?
No.
Wait, real quick though, shout out to that dude for having Lumpy from the Star Wars Christmas special as his
Oh
picture
yeah, that's hilarious.
on Gmail or whatever email he has. We're looking at it through Gmail.
That was like Demon Binder was one of my favorite moments because I mean it fucked up all of my shit, but also it was like great because it was like this is extreme D&D.
Yeah.
But Orcus is a god. He's
Yeah.
god level, so
Yeah.
I don't think
There's got to be like CR limits on that
The
thing.
idea of like, what level were we then? That was 4th edition, right? So like
Like 12?
13, something like that.
Oh, you were so little.
This was
Little
baby.
baby.
babies.
The idea of like, level 12 just like walking into heaven with my book. Nikki L asks, this is a deep one. How do you all feel about parasocial relationships? Basically one-sided relationships from an audience to a figure in media.
Oh. I'm personally like, I think I don't know about you all, but I feel like I'm more lax about it than more like being on the content side of it. I think I'm more lax about it than most people I know. Like I think it probably has to do with like my own insecurities with just like meeting people in my day-to-day, that like when I meet somebody who I know going into the interaction that I know they already accept me or like me to some degree, then I'm like probably more open than I should be.
No, I think if you want to cut, our competitive advantage is that from one of the previous questions, I think if you ever meet us at a GeeklyCon or at a meetup, I think we're horrifically down to earth and nice. So I think it's almost like that parasocial relationship disappears when we're there. It's almost like easier for us because we know that, oh, this person likes me and I don't have to deal with it.
Absolutely. That definitely 100% helps with like, because we all have anxiety and stuff. And
Oh my gosh.
and like being able to be like, I'm going to have a good interaction with almost everyone I talk to
Yeah.
at this thing is super rad.
There is
It's
definitely
a
yeah.
huge double-edged sword though, because
Yeah.
like,
I was waiting for you guys to say all the nice things,
like,
before.
yeah, basically like every bad interaction we have online is due to this.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah. I would say like my in-person interactions with people have been pretty much exclusively great.
Yeah, I mean, there's a few when it's like they don't know what to say, so they say a joke at you, and it's like, okay, some like Darkblade is whatever online, but like it's a little weird when we're in person because it's like whatever, and then there's like a few jokes that we've stopped saying on the podcast,
Right.
and the timeline to them was only 3 months ago,
Right.
so it's not like a quote unquote bad interaction, but like it is a very strange thing where they're just like parroting back something that we've been hearing for like 7 years.
Right. That's a weird thing where it's like if we were doing a more like current events like thing, like, doing maybe, I don't know, maybe you guys still deal with this as much like with Cast of Thrones. I don't know. I've never been on a show like that with that kind of a lifespan. So I don't know if you...
Yeah, I mean...
Do people go back and listen to old episodes of Cast of Thrones like they do?
for the book clubs, but not as like...
Not
and some people do for like everything, actually.
Not nearly. Like, one of the weird things about our show is how much people listen to the old episodes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
And that is always weird when people... I think one thing that is tough for me is when people ask about like, why did you do this thing in episode 30? I'm like, dog, that is so many years ago.
Yeah.
I don't
I
remember
have no clue.
anything. I only have so much like brain span.
Yeah,
For these things.
it feels weird because I feel like it's gotten worse the past year or so. We're very, very lucky, but I think anyone who is online at all knows that, like Michael said, it's a double-edged sword, and we're kind of in this weird area where we're not quite getting... I mean, we're getting tons and tons and tons of benefits from this. Please don't take my words the wrong way, but we're kind of in this weird area where the equilibrium of we're starting to get more uncomfortable interactions without getting more of like the other stuff. So it's like I feel like in the past year or so, it's been kind of weird and hard for me personally. We were talking about it maybe at GeeklyCon, where something that I do now is purposely just don't respond to people on Twitter, even if it's like even if they're being nice or whatever, but it's like, okay, I can't set an expectation that I'm just gonna respond. I remember early on, when we were much smaller, somebody tweeted at all of us, and I was the only one that responded, and then they're like, well, you're the only nice one. They completely ignored me. And the number of people who are just trying to be nice and whatever that end up crossing boundaries, it just happens. It just sucks because it's like they're just when I kind of refer to it as licking a battery, where they don't care. They just want a connection. They don't care what it is. And I understand it because I think we're in a very lonely time right now. And
shit's hard.
Shit's hard, and you have so much more access to quote unquote creators. And I think, we make money off of the fact that you guys think you know us if you've never met us. So it's definitely it's such a, I could talk about this forever, but it's such an interesting and kind of not dangerous, but you have to be cautious with it because
like I know I feel very guilty when I don't respond to people, but like sometimes I just don't. I've gotten to the point, like, not like I have like so many Twitter followers, but I have enough now. I just like don't see shit sometimes, and then I feel bad.
Yeah.
Or like sometimes, like, honestly, like my day job involves a lot of people wrangling, and like sometimes I get home and I'm like, I don't want to talk to anybody.
Yeah.
I don't want to respond to any tweet, nothing. I just need to like put on a TV and watch that and not respond to other human beings. So I do feel a little bad about that sometimes.
A friend of mine I've heard give this spiel a few times, and I think it's pretty much gets to the heart of what it is. Is like, we really enjoy interacting with you all, just remember when you do reach out to us that we're strangers.
Yes.
I mean, unless we're not. If we know you, we know you. But like for the most part, we're strangers to most of you. So we want to interact with you, but also try not to be offended if we don't respond or if we don't respond in the way that you might have wanted us to.
Right. And to like not to beat a dead horse. It's the whole point of the whole thing is like they're jumping right into like the 6th year of friendship with you, and like you don't know them at all. So like they think like, oh, I'm gonna razz them, and it'll like and it'll be fine, and like that never
No.
works. That always
Please
is like
please
Don't razz. Like we can razz each other for like a long time.
And like I very much get it. Obviously, like I thought, I felt like I knew all of you guys before I actually met you. And I get it. Just like be respectful, and that's cool. Like, I personally, please don't ever come up to me in public and talk about the most embarrassing story. I don't want to hear it. I don't think it's funny. Like,
one of the things that we've found is that it feels like an audience habitually, even without meaning to, knows the funniest things to them, and we've had to push away from it and have slightly terse behind the scenes conversations about it. Is you guys love it when we're uncomfortable. You love it when you get mad or when whatever, and sometimes it's the fun thing where Michael drops a big monster on us and we're like, what the fuck do we do? But the other times is like when if like a joke goes too far one way or the other, or if it's something that is potentially harmless, but it turns out for one person it's gonna turn into not harmless for the rest of their life. Like for most things it's like low level, and I'll use like the Darkblade one as an easy example, because I think it's just hard because people just don't get jokes. Even like everyone out there that I love and I've met before, I've explained to, like, people think they're razzing me and like, oh, I'm close to you way by saying Darkblade, but I'm like, I named a character Tum Darkblade. Like, that's the obvious joke. Like, calling him Darkblade is in no way worse than me calling him Tum. That's the joke. How do people not get the joke? So because of that, it's like that one I feel fine saying, because that's one of the ones that I really don't give a shit. But it's the exact same like breath as like 4 other things that we just don't talk about anymore. We don't reference anymore. We, try to never even like allude to them, because we know if we do, it's like throwing, meat to a pigeon coop.
I find him very
brave. I'll say it. It's like throwing shit into a fan.
I'm very sympathetic for it. Listening to podcasts now, like I feel like I'm super sensitive to it for other podcasts. Like, oh my god, I bet people totally do this thing at them.
Yeah,
like I can hear it. Like, oh man, that's gonna be the thing that people are constantly saying to them, and I just feel the empathy, because we've all been on the other side of it too.
Right. Yeah.
There was a thing that I won't bring up specifically what it was, but there was like a side thing that we did as part of the Roll for Streetwise thing where like immediately after recording it, like I thought the jokes were really funny, and then immediately after recording I had to be like put out a tweet, be like, don't tease Michael about this. This is not like we don't want to hear this for years.
We got like 4 responses, and all of them were people doing exactly what you
all of them were people like, oh no, I think this would be really funny, and I'm like, no, I literally just told you it won't be. Like, don't do it.
Don't do it.
Yeah, go ahead, Michael.
Oh, I just think it's the people, what people don't know, what you can't, it's like impossible to understand is it's just the repetition of like literally hearing the same thing for years, that it's just a little needle, and it's like, it's not like it hurts, it's not like like we care, it's not like it hurts, it's just when you hear the same thing for like 5 years.
Yeah,
it's like ice for balance, and I was like, because I am the way I am, I'm ornery, and I've literally never watched that video, and I won't. I think I've said that before.
I
hate the video now, and I have a vendetta against it, and I shan't watch it.
Yeah.
I worked at a hotel, and the hotel had a sign on the front desk that said no pets. And you better fucking believe, anytime a family came in the door, like a dad a dad with any kids that come in, well, I guess you got to stay in the car. And it's like the first time I heard that, I was like, that's a funny dad. But every time after that, I was like, no, this is awful. If a joke
Have you made
seems
that
obvious,
joke yet, Bachmann?
wait, have I made which joke?
Have you made that joke
No,
yet?
God,
As a
no.
dad with a kid now.
No,
Bad then.
no. But like, ask yourself if a joke seems obvious, and like if it
Yeah.
seems like people have made it before.
So I really want to make sure that people don't feel, because again, like this community is great, and
Yeah.
I don't necessarily
This is a very small part of it.
right, and I don't want to necessarily toot our horn, but I will. I mean, we're extremely nice in person, and very nice.
Trust us, we're nice.
We're nice online, but you have to understand that there's just like even people that I know online, or sorry, that I vaguely know, I'll forget like, oh, this anime character with a weird name is so and so. I love them, actually.
Right.
So I don't want people to. I think just take it as we're the luckiest motherfuckers on the planet. Kind of, not really, but whatever.
We're up
there. And we're just normal people doing normal jobs, and then on top of that, we're sacrificing nights. We're getting paid, so I'm not complaining, but just like it's that whole thing of imagine any random motherfucker at your office. If people, how would you handle it? How would any other random person? So I don't want people to take it as like
Right. Yeah. That's a very good point, Tim. Like, I think we want to connect with people.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh,
Like we
yeah, absolutely.
It's just and there's just ways to do it. Like if you're an artist and you do fan art and like you send it to us, like it is the best thing in the world.
Right.
Like we love it so much. If like one of us says something on Twitter or is like, hey, I like this thing or I didn't like this thing, you agree with us or disagree with us, but like it's like
I
we
need
want
to
to
check on
connect with
Amelia. I'll
you.
be right back.
And have fun.
Yeah.
I Raphaelio in the chat asked if it's okay to make fun of my bad rolls, and that's actually fine. I think
Yeah.
that's very funny
That's cosmic.
because that's like I just always have them, man. It's just how it is.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Right.
That
Yeah,
does not bother me.
Yeah, and I think that it's gonna get weirder because our show is getting larger, but I think for the most part we've been lucky. There's only been a few bad apples, a few rotten apples.
So very few.
Yeah,
No,
like,
it's. I think like statistically, it's very good.
yeah.
It always ends up fine too, because like there's been like 2 or 3 people who like haven't been uncool, but like usually it's like, oh, haha, blah blah blah, and then you're like, hey dude, chill, and then they're fine, and it's like we don't hate you, it's just we're
You're spending other emotional energy to make sure the person that made you feel uncomfortable is now feeling
Not mad at you.
which is it's tough. I think we're talking about this so much because it's such an interesting thing, and I'm sure that we don't always handle.
Oh, I just think it's important too because I feel like it's something that most people have a good grasp on like what's appropriate or what's not appropriate, but it is something that can get like very bad very quickly. We're just very thankful for
and if you're like dentist or whatever, if you're like, oh my god, I know so much about my dentist, so I'm gonna go to my dentist and be like, I have such a huge crush on you, like in the middle of the dentist thing.
Yeah.
and
don't do
you
that.
know that's weird, but what you've done to us is like make us not people. You've removed our humanity, which I think what we were trying to say is we're horrifically human to the extent that like, and because we're not professionals, we're going to take things more, we're much more sensitive. We're going to take things the wrong way. True. If what you say is not that is like a level 1 bad thing, we're going to take it as a 5 because it was probably a bad day at work or
whatever. Like who knows what thing happened.
And this is less for, well, it is for us a little bit, but like it's something that you should think about for everyone you interact with, because sometimes I'll just go and decent sized Twitch folks or YouTube folks. I'm like, Jesus, how are these people? And
my God,
and like
no idea.
They are so fucking nice. I'm like, you should cuss this person out, but obviously that work that way.
Let's do a different question now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like we got so philosophical.
All right, this is a security alert from Google.
Is that good?
Your account was just signed in from a new web device. Come on, Michael from Michael Urban.
Mike.
Michael always comes up with interesting tributes to pop culture phenomena as quest lines for your campaign, sprinkled in with his original ideas, of course. How many of these things are things he actually enjoys, consumes, knows about, versus he's just winging it? So basically, how many times are you like a huge fan of XYZ thing, or just like lightly pulling from something you know a little bit about?
I think it's definitely a mix. So like we did a whole Escape from New York thing. Like I hadn't even watched the movie beforehand. I was like, I bet this would be good. And so I watched the movie and then I pulled stuff from it.
That's hilarious.
But that was like, I need to do it for, I don't know why, but for whatever reason, I felt like I needed to do a specific thing for that some people maybe would get into. I don't know. But like usually it's just like shit that I find interesting or get what's the word I'm looking for? David, cut out my long pauses. I don't know, just like not motivation, but just inspiration. Like something will be like, oh, this is a really clever idea, or this is really fun. I want to do something like that.
Right. So like if you remember one thing from Mission Impossible 2, it's not like, oh, it's everything from Mission Impossible 2. It's just like, oh, it's something that everyone's gonna remember type situation.
Yeah.
I think that's interesting because that's actually like how I treat my characters. Like I'll like whenever I'm like watching or reading a thing, like if there's like something about a character I really like, I'm like, ooh, I'm gonna put that one away, save it for later to add to a character in the future.
Well, and like we just did the Home Alone thing, right? And everyone freaking loved it, and I'm probably getting more credit than I deserved for that because I think it was one of you guys suggested.
I think it was me.
No, it was my idea.
Was it?
Yes.
I'm gonna go back and say that.
I think it was Jennifer's idea, but
I really am gonna.
Oh my god!
Don't.
What are you doing?
Don't do it.
It's fine.
But then, like,
I think I said it, and then you said it later, and I was like,
and
that's definitely possible.
That was really fun, and we like, it was that one was much more of a collaboration, or not much more, but like that one was a very much a collaboration that I will get credit for.
Yeah, I mean, but that being said, even if it was someone in Boston's idea of like, Michael, you are going to a mansion, you should do Home Alone, like you did everything else, so you deserve the credit per se. But
someone else brought up French Stewart though, and then
I feel like that was definitely Tim that brought up French Stewart.
I don't remember.
Tim came up with one of the names, Jennifer came up with the other name, and then because it was like Scrampus and something else. And
I think we were throwing ideas out because I think it was Jennifer's idea to do a holiday episode again. Maybe, I don't remember. And then I said Home Alone, and then Krampus, and then Jennifer maybe didn't read. It was like, what about Home Alone? And I was like,
okay, that sounds correct. And Tim is just like that time we both said Nerd Ropes at the same time in the G chat.
Except for you said it 10 minutes later.
But I didn't see it.
Or that time when you had that argument about the player's handbook, and
that was funny. But yeah, I mean, that you still get credit. I mean, you did the heavy lifting. Michael also asks, Lahni, Skud, and Rowan, what do you think your character's retirement would look like? I think we did that for people last
man. What would Rowan's retirement look like? I feel like Rowan would like to like be quote unquote in charge of the Tower of Grey. Like she's but not really is the thing. Like she's retired and she's like a consultant. Maybe not a consultant. I think she thinks she's in charge.
Okay.
Like she's like the shitty CEO.
Only comes in once a year.
Yeah, exactly. And
like
otherwise,
I'm
like out on my pleasure yacht.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. I think Lonnie's retirement would be some sort of resolution with family. Once that's done, then I kind of think that Lahni would maybe I could see her adventuring forever. Actually, like I think she'd just adventure until she dies, because what else are you gonna do? Like if she had to retire and stay in one place, she would have a little farm and she would have a diner that would only sell egg salad sandwiches on various forms of breads and like maybe egg salad sandwich pies, egg salad sandwich pancakes, egg salad sandwich crepes.
Oh,
Who knows? Who knows?
Yikes.
A real
Egg
Forrest
salad sandwich
Gump.
crepe is horrifying.
I hate to think of it. I hope that it's popular for Lonnie's sake.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Michael also for a bag of cheese curds. Wants us all to do our best. Come on, Michael. Which is I think it's a Nika phrase. Michael. So whoever does the best interpretation. Nika, how about you go first? Or are you not ready? Do you want to build up?
Michael, can you tell me something soul crushing that that happens to my character?
I'm sorry, Lahni, you've developed an allergy to eggs.
Michael!
That's so good.
I don't think anyone can ever.
I don't even want to try.
No, mine is gonna be a failed imitation. You can't.
I'm gonna do it just to make Michael happy or Michael Urban happy. Michael, I do this to me, Toby,
On the day of my wedding.
on the day of Sweeties Feeties. Jennifer, what's yours?
So Mike Urban specifically says to say, "Come on, Michael."
Oh.
So,
I
come on, Michael. Is that good? Do you guys like
Good. I can feel my will dissolving. You guys can have whatever you want.
Randall Church, thank you for the kind words. When are you going to cut the bullshit and admit that Jennifer is the goddamn funniest member of the cast? Discuss fights. That's always been my opinion.
Yes. Yes.
But I think everyone brings something different, and we're an ensemble. But
That's so true. And we all play off each other very well.
yeah.
Like, I do feel like when we're just like goofing, like before the episode even starts, like I just feel like I'm funnier when you guys are around.
Mm-hmm.
Like we build on each other.
Yeah.
We're the blocks to a strong comedic foundation. Foundation.
Yeah, I've mentioned this before. One of the best quote unquote improvisers at the place that I did improv back in the day was, like the audience had their own vote, but every single one of the improvisers had basically picked like this one guy, and it wasn't like the most hilarious person, but it's like, oh, he was so good at making you be funny, and I think we got to give Michael the props for that. Michael, you are way funnier than I think you get credit for, and
That's true.
you
Hell
make
yeah.
you can make me laugh and bust my butt up.
All right, everyone. I'm reporting back from the G chat.
Okay.
And I'm very upset to say that Tim did bring up Home Alone again, but I do not think I saw it. Because like he said, you were talking about the kids left behind by the ballistic fence, Home Aloneing it. And then what I saw was he said, we've done Christmas and Hanukkah, any other fucked up holidays or especially fun Christmas tropes. And I said, Home Alone and the Santa Claus. So I don't think I saw your thing. But you did say it first.
Yes.
Yeah, and that's another fun thing not to do. Don't compare us.
Oh, yeah.
Don't do that.
One of the
or if you want to do it, tweet at me and say, Michael, I think you're the funniest one.
Yeah.
But don't
Yep.
CC
Oh my
anyone
God.
else.
Yeah.
Here's the
That's-
one. If you like all of us but one, don't
Yeah, don't
fucking
Oh,
tag.
yeah.
That is not even
That's even
embarrassing.
worse.
That's your
This
dick.
is rude, man, and we're not gonna like that.
Yeah, and I love
We're
Mike
all
Bachmann
friends.
so much, but don't walk up to me and say, "Oh, Tim, you're great." Mike Bachmann's my favorite, but oh, you're great too. Like
That's just a weird thing to say
most
to
likely,
somebody.
if you're seeing me, I'm tired because it's GeeklyCon or PAX. So what you've done is I'm not talking to you for the rest of the time here, and it is a good way for me to, run away when you're near. So, yeah, don't do that.
I don't like it either.
Yeah.
Like in that regard, there's been times where I've tweeted something nice about a fellow cast member and had somebody be like,
it's
"Oh, but
funny.
you're my favorite," and I'm like, I don't. That just makes me uncomfortable about the thing that I said now.
Yeah.
So
That's the thing is all you're doing, like you're making one of us upset for like 4 minutes, but then like my mute list is so strong because of like people being nice to me when other people say like shitty things. So it's like, and I am a person that kind of like, I joke all the time about my favorite thing about making content with Michael DiMauro is how he gets uncomfortable when people are mad or when people are happy with him and things like that.
Just any situation.
Any situation, like
Generally uncomfortable with it.
and the only plus side is how legit stressed out Bachmann gets when we are dealing with some fallout. And so it's like, obviously I don't want Bachmann stressed out, but it's like,
you can't help it.
help it.
Like
I'm always
literally
stressed.
every member of this cast has made me hurt myself laughing
Yes.
super hard. I do agree that Jennifer probably doesn't get as much credit as she deserves.
That's very
and,
true.
And I definitely
Thanks,
feel
guys.
whenever she's not on the show, not as bad as when she wasn't on Cast of Thrones, because that was like a desert of all three or all the two of us, like, or sorry, three of us all like saying jokes and no one else laughing at them.
You gotta have someone that's gonna laugh
Oh
at
my
your
God,
shit,
yeah.
and that's me.
You need someone on your podcast who juggles at all.
But yeah, I mean,
And yeah, I'll say nice things about all of you.
I'll do it right now.
'Cause,
Lahni is so
like,
funny.
Lonnie
that's how
is
it-
one of the funniest characters in the history of the show.
Mhm.
I
He's
know,
a-
I'm not. Like, just the like shit that comes out of Nika's mouth, like that sounds like it's been a country saying for like
Oh, yeah.
100 years, but she just made it up. Is so fucking good.
Yeah, like I think Jennifer makes me laugh the most, but I think Nika makes me break the most.
Yes.
Bachmann makes me scream the most. Michael makes me scream in a different way, but in a good way.
Michael's also very funny in an underrated way. Like I feel like, especially like I noticed it doing your internet. I just feel like Michael like does the like more quiet like
He's so
understated
dry and like
jokes.
monotone, but he's still saying very funny things.
Yeah,
and
I think he will
especially-
miss it sometimes.
Right, and especially for like this show, when he gets to play like a random character, so he can go back and forth
Yes.
between like almost like yada yadaing over important information, and then just be some sort of like truck stop, I don't know, zany boy.
Yeah.
He has to deliver the dialogue in a way that makes sense. And yeah, Katie Bachmann, where would if Skud were to retire? How would Skud retire? What would that look like? What would Scud's retirement look like?
He would probably spend a lot of time going to cons, I think.
He's just getting like little baggies full of freebies.
Uh-huh.
Swag.
Swag.
Going through multiple times through the same line to get extra swag bags.
He wants
That's a
that, he
level
wants
20.
that Ashiyara Dane Funko Pop.
And you're able to like, polymorph yourself. So I'm like, I'm the image of a beetle. I don't know why you'd be a beetle and to get
Is he
swag.
cosplaying?
They're like,
Well, no.
says
Isn't
right here,
cosplay-
points to a sign that says no swag for Beatles.
No.
So you use magic to get even more stuff.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people have a general vague question about what we're looking forward to at level 20. Katie Ferguson asked about that, and then a couple other people kind of asked around it. Is there anything you're looking forward to about being maximum level in Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition?
Fucking getting the thing that normal characters get 3 levels ago because of the multi-class.
Being a level 17 wizard.
Yeah.
Damn, Charlie.
I don't think monks get anything super cool at level 20.
I don't even know what I get at level 20. This sounds kind of bad, but I feel like I'm excited for level 20 because that means it's soon time to start from scratch again, which I am excited about. Like, I'm sad about, but I'm excited about it because I have a little idea for a character that I really, really like a lot.
Yeah.
Man, it is such a gift that we've I think this is the thing that everyone intends to do whenever they start a game, right? Like I'm gonna take my character from level 1 and take it all the way to 20 and see their whole I don't think it ever happens.
But we're fucking
Never.
doing it, baby. We're doing it.
I think some people just level up super fucking fast.
Right.
I don't want to say that R is necessarily slow per se, but what are you gonna do? I get some cool spell stuff, which I like, but
Damn.
Cubby's always getting cool spell stuff.
Yeah, for me, it's just the accomplishment of actually
Doing it. Yeah.
following through
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
doing this whole dang thing.
I know it's a big deal. Is there any classes any of you haven't played that you're looking forward to? Trying out in one class, I think, whatever.
Curious on an artificer.
Ooh.
And magic. I've never done a magic caster.
I definitely want to do a magic caster for next character. I like to shoot spell from far away.
Yeah. I've played mostly everything in 5th edition. I don't think I've played a rogue, and I don't entirely understand them.
Oh,
I've
they're
DM'd.
so fun.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Okay.
All right. Great.
I don't know any of the classes, so.
Oh. Hugo asks, is there a character, player, non-player, that your current PC would absolutely go hog wild upon, beating their ass to pulp?
Beating them out, like
Kicking their ass. Like I know that Nika has joked that for some reason maybe Lahni doesn't like Roz, you know. For...
Oh no! I don't know why she wouldn't, but
Yeah, there's no logical reason. But that being said, it's still a valid character.
I hate Roz. No.
I don't know who Rowan hates. I feel like she's so oblivious to people in general.
Yeah.
I don't know that she. I think. Well, okay. Actually, let me step back. Anyone that tried to harm a single hair upon Hobie's head, she would fucking blast their asses with arrows.
Yeah. Would you have been?
Hold on, I'm just taking notes.
No.
But you knew Harper at that point, right?
Yes.
Were you a protective sister of when?
I liked Harper.
Okay.
Yeah, I was like, we were like bros, I think.
Yeah.
Like, I understood where Ashura, like, I understood her point, but like, me and Harper would like, I think we would like go out and get beers.
Yeah, so true.
We would like, I feel like for some reason I just had an image in my head of Harper and Rowan wearing Hawaiian shirts and sunglasses and just like stumbling out of a bar.
Well, yeah,
at, like
there
5
was that
a.m.
one bar that Harper played music at. I'm sure.
Yeah. I forgot about that detail.
Then away
Yes.
again. What kind of drink do they have in Drinkers?
Oh man, who's to say?
It's Margaritaville. They just got margaritas there.
Margarita.
Scud wants to fight his dad.
Classic.
Yeah.
Go fucking
kick
hog
your
wild
ass.
on my daddy.
I mean, I think most of us would want to kick Jet's ass again.
Yes.
Probably. Toby would want to kick.
It's
Would
like,
want to kill
man.
anyone that was mean to the rest of the crew. So that's Bear
Yeah.
Charger. That's Finnegan.
Well, how is Bear Charger mean to the rest of the crew?
Bear Charger was an enemy.
What?
Oh wait, Bear Charger. Sorry. Shut up. Percy
Like,
Ham
what the
Hands.
fuck?
Not
I was like,
Percy.
Jesus Christ! Wait, you've been harboring resentment, and I had no idea.
It was tense for a little bit, you know.
I do like the idea of you just fucking kicking Bear Charger's ass.
Well, the thing is, like, Toby's an otaku for the Atlanta Falcons, so
That's so
you know,
true.
if I saw Tom, I'd probably kick his butt for somehow stealing the Hammer of Sundering without any of us knowing.
You failed your passive perception roll. It's not my fault.
I mean, he knew.
Weird. We didn't have a choice. What does your PC have in your pockets? In their pockets?
I like this question a
That's a
lot.
great question. Also, Toby's got all sorts of fucked up shit. He has just the most ridiculous reagents, ones that you probably don't even need. We're talking 14 different types of tails, rat and otherwise, a bevy of dried mushrooms, eyeballs, you name it. Just gross
Like in his
shit. That's why he
pockets,
smells.
though. Like pockets are things you need like for quick access. We're not talking
Well, a
like
lot of
bags
them
or
are
satchels.
the spell components, so I have to rip out a piece of
That's true.
dust or oil or spit or teeth.
Eek. Yucky.
Scud's
wrong?
definitely got that coin. He's got probably like a crumpled pamphlet for the Uthgari Monastery. Some like tiny rat bones. Just like bones that would fit in his pockets.
You know he gotta have the bones.
He's got to have the
All
bones.
I feel like Lonnie is just a layup.
Well, I don't know that she. Well, she does have pockets. She would have a pocket in the ferret. I think she would have like a piece of dust, or lint, a ball of lint, a used wrapped up Band-Aid, and a piece of bubble gum.
Who
that's-
used the Band-Aid?
What?
Who used the Band-Aid?
She probably did.
Okay. That's
She's a
better.
winner. It's her Band-Aid. And a piece of double bubble or Bubba Chew, whatever that like
Yeah, the
Bubba
weird.
Bubba.
pink chew
Yep.
bubble gum is.
Bazooka. I thought you were gonna say
Yes,
egg salad
bazooka.
sandwiches.
That's a ferret. That's not a pocket.
Well, the egg salad sandwiches are in the ferret,
No,
Not the pockets.
not the pockets.
sorry, my
I
bad.
think that Rowan has crumpled up papers with the addresses of different people that she's had in pictures with.
Okay.
And like most of them do not have a name on it. It'll just be like a thing about that night to help remember what happened or like what their hair looked like.
That tall glass of water who really loved a bean.
Exactly. And they're not like folded good. Like it's a real crumpled, fucked up mess in there.
Accidentally gone through the drunk roast washing machine.
Yes. Yeah. Like they're really faded. Some of them you can like barely read anymore.
Yeah.
And like 17 cents. Yeah. That's it.
I love it. Nice. Well, there's a few that we did not get a chance to read, but I think we did a good job here.
I think so too.
Thank you
Good.
for sending in all your questions, everyone. I hope we were able to read as many as we could. There was not a burning one that's going to come in at the last moment, but we always appreciate the great questions y'all send in, and I hope we gave satisfactory answers. And I really want to make sure everyone doesn't take away our parasocial woes in a negative light, but just as a way to reinforce how to be a little bit better to all humans
Yeah.
who aren't Nazis.
Just that pause of like, is this a good thing to say? I think it's helped me also when talking to random Twitter people that I like and admire to be like, I'm gonna think about this for a second before I burst in and make the same joke that 10 other people have made.
I definitely wouldn't have spoken about it at such length if I did not sort of take what I've learned from the podcast here and apply it to my own internet sort of.
We're all growing as humans together.
The other thing to remember too is we're not big enough yet to be upset if you come up to us in person.
Oh,
yes.
In fact, please do
please,
that.
no, please come say hi.
Like they're like, oh, they look like they're having an important conversation with like your boss.
not.
I would like stiff arm my boss, my mother-in-law. I'd just push him over to like talk to.
Do you know how funny and awesome it is? Like when we're hanging out with like our like real life friends, and then like someone comes up to us, like there's no greater high.
Yeah, we've
Who needs drugs?
Yeah, we have a lot of, all of our. There's a good chunk of our friend group that we know from the podcast, from Geekly Cons or whatever, and the friends that we have from like, I don't know, Jennifer went to school with them. It's like, so how do you know Tim and Jennifer or
like,
Tim and Jen? Like, well.
And they still think it's like the funniest thing in the world. They think it's so weird.
I feel like that's why these particular two friends just ask people just in case if they are podcast friends.
They just need to know.
She gets tripped up.
Yeah.
But if you see me with my parents, please.
Oh my god.
Please.
Please, yes.
I was
If you're my waitress at Outback and my parents come and please.
I was in a Target last weekend, and some guy came around the corner, and he's like, "Are you Michael DiMauro and Carly Shields?" He heard us talking about like shampoo in the next aisle, and I was like, "This is the greatest thing."
The best day of my life.
My daughter and her friend were like off in like the toy section. I was like, "God damn it! Why couldn't she be here to see this?"
At PAX Unplugged, we had obviously tons of great hellos with people, but there was a few that happened when we were getting demos, and that felt great. There's no other way to slice it. That one felt great.
Mike, do you have any fun stories like that?
I don't have any stories like that. If you see me, you tell me.
No, I'm pretty close to like saying, "Screw you, parasocial relationships. Here's my address, please."
Listen. I've only been recognized one time, and that was at Gen Con, so I don't count that. But I think all of you have been recognized elsewhere, haven't you?
Yeah,
I
got recognized at the Thrones at a burger joint.
That was so weird.
Yeah.
I still can't believe that happened actually.
At the gym.
Yeah. So, I mean, you'll never see me at a gym, but like maybe somewhere.
See, I just wander around game stores like all the time.
And you're so goddamn tall. It's like roll
I'm
street
like,
wide.
Greetings, adventurers.
Everybody,
Yeah,
please.
whenever I go into our friendly local game stores, I'm just like sticking my head up and like, oops, I slide by Flourish and shit like that.
I'm at the mic box.
Yeah, I'm the Tim Lanning bitch shirt wherever I go and see what's up. But yeah, no, I think I want to make sure everyone knows that this has been a wild year for us, and it feels like 2020 is going to be even more wild. And the successes are sometimes not bad, but weird with a tinge of negativity. Just because it throws in such an interesting sort of new dynamic into our lives. So I want to thank everyone for being so radical and still being such one of the, one of the greatest communities that a group could ask for. And please continue to be chill and as we go into 2020. I think we won't need to say keep us humble, but just in case if anything comes out, I think if anything, we have a problem with over humble and not celebrating our victories. So 2020 is going to be a great year. I feel it.
Hell yeah.
Mhm.
Believe it.
Believe it. But horrible things just still happen. So please do your civic duty.
Indeed. If you want to get in touch with us, we're on Twitter. We're at Geekly Inc. or at D&D Podcast, and I'm at Thrifty Nerd.
I'm at Tim Lanning.
I'm at Jennifer Cheek.
I'm at Nika_Howard.
I'm at the mic Bachmann.
Didn't get your fill of action and adventure in this episode of Greetings Adventurers? Well, make sure to head over to Geekly Inc., where you have geeklyinc.com, where you can find other thrilling podcasts, fan art to make you blush, and gear to level up your adventuring quest. When you've finished growing as a human with us, head on over to Apple Podcast or your other podcast app of choice to leave us a 5-star rating and review. Also, don't forget to head over to patreon.com/DND podcast. Once you become a patron, you have access to exclusive content that you won't be able to find anywhere else. It's that time again. GeeklyCon 2020 tickets are available now. Get ready for the most amazing weekend of your life with your best friends and board games. GeeklyCon 2020 will be July 16th through the 19th in Columbus, Ohio, and tickets are on sale now at geeklycon.com. New episodes come out every Monday, so go subscribe, get your quest log filled, and get ready for things to get dicey.
We will see you next week. Until then, keep it dicey.
Bye.
Stop, export.
Baby girl.
Ow. On
Oh, no.
Thursday, I forgot to stop and export, and I came into my office, and I had like a 3.5 hour long.
Oh, no.
I was like, it was after I got off the call, and I was like, fuck.
I didn't-
stop.
I didn't say it. That's my fault.
Let me see.
It's 3:40. This is we do mailbags as bonuses, right?
Yeah, the last time we did a mailbag was 4/19,
So let's
so
do,
like 10 months.
cool. David will know regardless, but
Yeah.
I'm just gonna do mail 12/23/2019. I love it. Look at you. You're such a baby. She likes this for some
She
reason.
used to not like to be picked up at all, but
She'll let you do that for like.
she's like fairly chill with this.
Aw. She's such a big
She's my
chonker.
baby. Lucy, I love you.
Where Laser is probably asleep in the cat
Oh.
tree. I still don't see any Wi-Fi, so let's see.
Oh,
if
we have to
can
fix it.
figure
You
that
gotta.
out.
I need to watch Mr. Robot.
Thank you so much, Twitch. If you want to watch me and some other folks tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern, we're going to be playing Descent to Avernus right here. So always a great time at the twitch.tv Geekly Inc. channel.
Cool.
Was I supposed to go offline there? Is that why there was a pause?
No.